Hello everyone and welcome back to another Universe Sandbox video, and today we're going to be checking out the full release of Skies of Blue Red Collisions 2 update 32.1. So, like we saw the other day in the test version, this has got all of those same features, but they should all be finished and hopefully improved by now. So, without further ado, we already know what we're checking out, so here's just a brief overview of it as well. So it's got the improved shockwaves, the automatic simulation. I do want to try that out because that didn't really seem to work in the test version. And then we've got the ray light scatter, and apparently that may not be pronounced that, but yeah, we've got the scatter in here, which describes how light scatters in the atmosphere. So that was really, really cool. And then more highlights. You can now smoothly rotate or pan to focus on the object instead of sliding it to view left or right like a camera on rails. Atmospheres are now visible from the surface of planets, so should be pretty awesome. So without further ado, we're going to immediately go ahead and check that out. So straight to Venus here. And remember, Venus has its new cloud colour texture as well now, looking very, very nice indeed. So without further ado, let's go have a look on the surface and see. Have a little look at the sun. It still has this weird black visual glitch by the looks of it, because a lot of people are saying in the comments, I'm assuming this is a glitch. So yeah, a lot of people are saying, is that supposed to be like that and things like that? But yeah, I believe this is a glitch, so I'm sure the guys will at the team will fix it in the near future, hopefully. I mean, I'll put it in the bug reports as well, because I'm sure people already have actually. But I'm assuming this is a glitch, and it isn't meant to be blocked over like that, which is a bit weird, because I think any color you do it, if I come to the sun, I think it doesn't matter what. Yeah, whatever colour you do, it's gonna... Well, oh my god, that looks cool. But yeah, whatever colour you do, it's gonna be sort of blacked out, which is a bit weird. But yeah, there we are. So that's what we've got here. But honestly, the sky of Venus, I mean, it looks so much better. Look at that. The thick atmosphere of Venus, I mean, that is fantastic, I think. What else we could do is... the clouds are on there, aren't they? I mean, it's fluffy and fluffy. I mean, let's do double thick. And let's see if the clouds are visible as well. From the surface, because I mean you'd think they would be, right? So let's have a little look down. Give that. Well, it does look a lot different in the day. We're in the proper day now, right in the middle of the day, pretty much. So there we are. The clouds aren't really visible. It's just that thick, hazy atmosphere on Venus, which is pretty much what you'd expect. I doubt you'd be able to see clouds, because I mean the whole atmosphere is just really clouds, isn't it? So there you go. But looking good. So there is Venus. Okay, so moving out, we're going to check out Earth as well. So where are we? Earth should be there. Okay. Right, so same deal with Earth. Let's go ahead and land on the surface. Check out the blue sky as well. Oh, yeah. And there's the sun there. Still could see a bit of the galaxy. Maybe that blue does need to be sort of adjusted around a bit. So if we just go on atmosphere. So here's the scattering options. So you can see there. Pretty cool stuff, but maybe it needs to be a lot thicker for you to not see the background, which is a bit weird. But yeah, there we are. So it's just try and make it a little more like the blue sky we know. So scattering sort of dims the colour, doesn't it? So you could have it really blue, or just try and find that perfect sort of daylight blue, that sky blue sort of look. So I mean, maybe something like that. Proper good looking Earth. Probably somewhere there. There's the sun. I mean, from space, it obviously still looks a bit different. I mean, you could turn this all the way off and you get all the blue, but obviously if you turn it up, the blue sort of fades around a bit. Because this option was only available with modding previously. So, it's always been around, but I believe this was only a modern thing, so you can see it really does make a difference. But yeah, there we are. So I'm sure we'll have to try and work on make like a new custom Earth to really try and get the perfect blue we're after to get this working, but or to make it look as good as possible. But yeah, it's got to be just have to really get the colours perfect to really make it look cool. I mean, if you look from the surface, I mean, obviously it gets to a deeper blue if you go to the zones closer to the darkness. But I mean, somewhere around there, I mean, that doesn't look too bad, really. I mean, yeah, I'm sure we can play around with it and have make a cool looking realistic Earth. I mean, yeah, let me know if you want to see that with the new options, guys, because that could be quite cool. Anyways, Mars. Let's see what the deal is with Mars. There it is. Okay, right, so with Mars, things obviously a little different. Got to actually thicken the atmosphere up in the first place. The ray light on Mars does look really weird, so we'll just keep that on blank. There we go, so let's give Mars its cool red atmosphere there. So there we are. Right, so now if we land on the surface of Mars, should get the cool pinkish sky colour. Oh, that does look good, doesn't it? I do like that. Let's just land in the middle of the day. There we go. So the sun's in its full blast. If you look up. Now, also, we know the colour of what Mars looks like because we've had notorious amounts of probes visit Mars. So we know the atmosphere is that pinky sort of, that pinky pale, pinky sort of shade. So it's a bit weird, isn't it, with Mars? I mean, it's more of the, try and get it in the exact sort of paley colour it should be. I mean, something like that would probably be good for Mars. Probably not as thick as we've put it, but yeah, something like that maybe. Oh, the sun isn't actually dim. Look, check it out. So maybe that glitch. Oh, so it's when you thicken the atmosphere up, the sun sort of fades out a bit. So that would be very, very dust storm Mars. But yeah, the sun isn't as doesn't fade as much if you turn it down. So if you're about, looks like it starts to appear roughly around, if you go any higher than 10% opacity. But other than that, I mean, it doesn't show up too much. So there we are. So that's all of those guys. Now, I did have a comment on the last video saying, oh, do the outer planets, but the issue of the outer planets, I like how the camera changes. Look, that's something they mentioned in notes as well. Look how the camera, instead of it just jumping around. I mean, look at that. That is cool. I like that. Just a little more, little tweaks and features, a bit of housekeeping there. That does make it a lot smoother. So, yeah, with the gas giants, they don't have atmospheres, so we can't really do it. But there's one thing we could do. And that would be to, if we added an object in, we could place another object inside it, and then make it, so if I was to do this, so place a Jupiter there, basically. So then we turn the alternative Jupiter back into a rocky planet. Let's do this. It still needs to be one radius of Jupiter. So put it back up to there. I don't want it to be a gas giant, though. Oi, don't do that. 27 masses of Jupiter. Yeah, I'm not so sure about that. Why did it do that then? Let's lock that. Turn this down. Is it still in there? I don't want it being a gas giant. Well, oi. That's very annoying. It has the hydrogen switched off. Come on. Why? Why'd you have to make it difficult? Okay, delete. Okay, I'll just try a fresh rocky planet here. Where are we? Rocky, there we go. So... okay, let's try that again. So this one actually already has an atmosphere, actually, so that's actually quite good. So I'm going to lock that. Yeah, density, lock this. I just want it to be one Jupiter. Come on, just one. There you go. Okay, so I'm going to drag this inside the normal Jupiter. This is the only way you can sort of give gas giants atmospheres, but obviously you have to keep the simulation paused. That's the only way you can get around it. And then you give it an atmosphere. So down here, let's turn that up. Actually, it already has one, actually, so we can just go straight to atmosphere. You do this. And there you go. So you can start to see what I'm doing here. And then I slowly do that. It's all about getting it exactly perfect. But something like that. So you can see Jupiter now has an atmosphere visible. So it's all about just getting it exactly where you want it. You may maybe just make the radius a little smaller just so it fits inside nicely. Until you get something like this. Oh, come on. Somewhere there. I mean, that'll work fairly well, actually, so looking good. So now, what's he make it the... I mean, what Jupiter's atmosphere is probably more of an orangey shade, isn't it? A pearly sort of orangey shade, I mean... something like that. I mean, doesn't it have like a bit of a blue shade to it? I'm not exactly sure with Jupiter, to be honest. We'll just leave it like that for now, though. So it's got that sort of paley shade, pasty up a bit. So now, for instance, if we was to land on the original Jupiter, there you go. I mean, that's probably the best we could do to interpret the Jupiter sort of look appearance. So there's the sun over there, something like that. So you get a bit of haze from it, rather than just being completely blank. So I mean, there you go. But there's just a rough look of Jupiter with a slight atmosphere added to it. But also, you got to be a little. It's got a little tricky doing it. I mean, we could do it with all the planets as per your request. So. Again, Saturn, same deal with Saturn. Now, I know Saturn does have like a bluey shade, doesn't it? So again, we're going to place a random rocky inside Saturn. Now, this one already has an atmosphere as well. That's perfect. But again, we need to double it. Make it nice and big. So it's got to fit inside Saturn. There you go. And visuals, atmosphere all the way up. And then it's all about just finding that perfect sort of zone. Make it a little bigger as well. Until you get something like that. A little more. No. Ah! Somewhere there. Something like that. So how, Saturn's roughly what? It was about 9 Earths, isn't it? Oh, where's Saturn? Oh, 9.14, yeah. Okay, so this guy. 9.05. Need to drag it a little further back till the atmosphere covers it. There you go, something like that. Yeah, there you go. That one's done perfect, actually. Check it out. Right, so. Again, atmosphere. What you do is turn it down until you get it exactly perfect. Because Saturn has that slight sort of bluey sort of look to it, doesn't it? So, there we are. Pasty wouldn't be too much, but I mean, yeah, there we are. Yeah, Saturn doesn't have that sort of. Yeah, I'm sure Saturn has like a sort of bluer shade to it. Nothing too extreme, but it does have a sort of blue haze or something like that, maybe. I mean, the scattering doesn't really make too much difference, but there you are. So let's just go ahead and go to Saturn now. Click on the original. Oi, Saturn. It's a little weird. It's not letting me click on it. There you go. And down on the atmosphere of Saturn. So maybe a little too much blue we've given it there, but I mean, there's another sort of look of a gas giant sort of appearance. But I mean, it does have a sort of blue shade. I'm sure it does. Let's go back to this guy. Maybe we can make it look more Saturn cloud colour, I guess. The sort of creamy, yellowy shade, golden colour. So, or sandy colour, I should say. Oh no, we've gone inside it. No, we want to land on Saturn. There you go. Yeah, something like that maybe. I mean, it all just depends how you interpret it, really. But I mean, yeah, there you go. So look at Saturn. If we go to Uranus, I mean, Uranus and Neptune will be nice, easy ones to do. So, where are we? Uranus should be somewhere. I'm trying to spot them without actually going on the grids. But where is Uranus? So there he is, over here. Okay, so same deal with you. Rocky planet straight inside. I know Uranus is around. What's it about? It's about 20. No, it's about 17,000 kilometers, isn't it? So it's too big. Somewhere around there. No, Uranus is about 23,000, I think. 24, 25,000 kilometers. So. Okay, anyways, atmosphere on. So let's just get it perfectly correct. Right, just make it a little bigger. That's at 19,000, so we're nowhere near big enough yet. So let's just get it perfectly in the center until the atmosphere covers what we need. Okay, it's getting obviously darker out here as well. What will be, so 23, 24,000. Yeah, that's roughly where we want to be. Okay, so a little larger. There you go. Okay, so again, same deal with you. Turn this down. Oh, so we've actually overdone it a bit, so we want it to be. Still needs to be a little bigger, actually. Okay, there you go. That was the perfect mark. There you are. Okay, so that's Uranus underneath. Yep. So it's just going to be that paley blue, isn't it? So something like that. I mean, are we actually viewing Uranus? See, Uranus is obviously so pale that it's quite hard to do. But there you are. That'll be a brief look at Uranus. But again, Uranus. Let's actually select Uranus itself. If I can actually select Uranus, that'd be nice. This one has just overtaken Uranus, actually. I need to select Uranus itself. There you go. Remember, this blue is way too enhanced. So what we're going to do is just a quick little tweak. I mean, I'm just going to go ahead and do this. So if I want to make Uranus look perfect, I mean, all those bands aren't really necessary. So they're just a simple old. That's more like it. Somewhere there. Right, and then the rocky planet we got inside it. Let's select back to that. Can you let me select? Oi. There you go. And just slowly cover a Uranus over like that. There you are. And if we go to tools, we'll just go to. There you go. That's looking better. Just so it just needs to be brightened up a bit. So it's got obviously the pale blue atmosphere. There's not much features on Uranus to view anyway. So it's all about just getting that perfect. I mean, the haze on Uranus, you probably could have it all the way like that, to be honest. I mean, that does look good. I do like that. That's too much colour. Somewhere around that, I'd probably say, is where you want to be. So, for instance, if we go back to realistic. It's also just because we're dimmer farther from the sun as well. That obviously doesn't help. So now we obviously need to get Uranus selected. So there you go. Okay, and voila. There you are. Okay. It's obviously very, very dark here. We have got Uranus selected, but that's roughly, I don't know if it does still appear quite dark, but I mean that's probably what you'd get. There's the sun. Obviously Uranus is very, very far, so quite faint, faint features. So pretty well. There's Uranus. Yeah, it's still viewing the other rocky planet underneath. I think they're both merged so close together, but yeah, there you are. So that's how I'd sort of build Uranus. Just a quick little build, but yeah, there you are. So there's Uranus, and then lastly, the mighty Neptune over here. Oh, Sedna's looking very red. Have they changed that? We'll have to check that out. So even further away from the sun now. So again, we actually just placed another Neptune on top of it this time, and I'm just going to re-customize this one down. So again, I'm going to lock this, and then remove the hydrogen. There you go. Cool. So now we need to add an atmosphere on. Nice and easy. Something like that. It already has a nice blue atmosphere actually to go with it, actually, so that's alright. And like so. Obviously you've got to have the proper blue. Somewhere like that. There you go. So see how it looks with the... Yeah, see, that's too much. It needs to be a lot. Ah, see that? Aha! Clouds off. Ooh, it's just... Oh, it's really difficult, this one. Just about getting it perfect. Ooh. Okay, I mean... As long as we look at it from this side, that's okay. So, there you go. Then it's all about just finding that perfect blue, isn't it? So... There you are. Yeah. And then it's just thinning it down a bit. Also, you don't want it too thin, you don't want it too thick. So it's all about just getting it perfectly where you want it. But I mean, a little bit more, I'd say. Just a little bit. I mean, we don't want it to be too extreme. I'd say somewhere around there, really. Obviously, it can't be too thick, like Uranus, because it's more features to view on Neptune. Something like that. Oh, that's the blue of Neptune. Alright, it's very, very. Can we even view the atmosphere? Come on. Let's land on the gas giant one. Yeah, the atmosphere doesn't even really show up. Really, I mean, it's so dark. I mean, let's view the correct side. Oh no, it is viewed. No, you can see it. It's just really dim. Obviously, sun is somewhere. Where is the sun? I mean, we're so far away. Ah, there we go. Okay, why did I miss that? Okay, there you go. Yeah. So, I mean, there you go. Neptune, obviously that faint blue. Something like that. There you go. But then that's just like a quick little rough build. I mean, with a lot more time, I can make it look awesome. But, yeah, there we are. So that's that all done. So moving on, I want to check out the simulation speed. Or the automatic simulation speed. So I'm going to go to... Oh no, we're going to go to a fresh simulation. I want to see that Sedna first as well. I want to see if that's changed. So let's go to another simulation. Is Sedna like really red again? Where are we? Set over here. It looks like it is. Yeah, they made Sedna really, really red this update. It didn't used to do that. Huh, nice. So, pretty cool. But anyways, yeah, since I'm in the simulation now, actually, yeah, Sedna's very, very red. Let's go to Earth. And what I want to do is, I would like to see this automatic simulation in action. So, see, Earth looks too white to me now with that option on. Look, it looks way too white. Not enough blue atmosphere to it, but I mean, I don't know. Is that just me? Let me know. Right, so it's simulation, isn't it? And then it's on automatic simulation speed, which is somewhere here. Whereabouts is it? Let's have a look at the notes up quickly, the patch notes. So it's on settings and general. Okay. Okay, so we actually need to go into the normal settings here. Where is it? Automatic simulation speed on. So now if I collide something with Earth, it should sort of slow down the simulation a bit. So let's speed up to a couple of hours. Right, now. I'm not going to go anything too ridiculous. Just go with Phobos. Moon and Mars. Okay. See, it doesn't slow down. I don't understand how the feature works. Mimus. So I don't notice his simulation to speed take any difference, really. I mean, you can see it's changing for about 50 minutes there. Again, if I throw another Mimus in. See, it's still not really changing now. Does anyone know how it really works? Because I don't fully understand how that... That is not changing. That's just... Yeah, I don't really notice a change. Got options. Simulation speed is on. Adjust itself automatically in all simulations based on various conditions like objects and collisions. So what if I sped it up too fast? Would it slow down by itself? It doesn't. See, look, it just... How's that automatic? I don't really get that. If anyone knows how it works, please let me know, because I can't seem... Like in the test build, I can't seem to really get this to work. And I don't understand what I'm doing wrong here, so... Oh, there we go. Let's do it again. See, that simulation speed isn't changing. That's staying fairly consistent, so I don't really get how that works. So if anyone knows, please let me know, because I do not get what's really going on here. That's looking a bit funky, isn't it? The clouds are... I don't know. Yeah, if anyone knows how the automatic simulation speed works, yeah, let me know in the comments, because I just don't get it. Or pop me a Discord message. I just don't get it. I don't get how it works. So, there's that. And then lastly, what else? There was one more thing we need to check. So we've done the ray light, we've done the planet surfaces. Oh yeah, the last thing is just the way the collisions look. So, I mean, we're kind of doing that at the moment, actually. So, okay, we'll have a quick few more collisions here. We'll go something pretty big. We'll go the Moon versus Earth. So, where are we? Moon. But again, we still have the automatic simulation on. So, we'll see if that really does anything. I don't think it does, though. I think the manual control is still probably the way to go. There's the Moon versus Earth. There he goes. So this is just the way... they said they changed the way collisions look. So here's just a brief look of how it does look. So there we are. That's a lot of debris coming out. Ooh. Oh, man. You can see all the water's evaporating. Check that out. Look at all the water dry up. Oh. Oh, dear. Oh, that's a huge... The whole thing's just been shattered. Wow. Okay. So much debris. Ho ho. Dear, oh dear. Okay. Yeah, cool little look at that. That is... the collisions have always been a real awesome highlight of the game in general. I mean, they'd be really, really cool. But yeah, there we are. So that pretty much does it for this update, guys. But again, it's basically all the features are pretty much similar to the test build we've done. But yeah, I still don't get the automatic simulation speed. What is that all about? Very, very weird stuff. But anyway, so that all said and done, guys. I hope you've enjoyed today's video, just looking at the full release of this update. And if you did, make sure to press that like button. Subscribe for more. Helps in the journey to 30,000 subscribers. That's our goal, isn't it, for January? So, yeah, make sure to press that like button, subscribe. It helps on the journey to 30,000. And yeah, that all said and done, guys. Make sure you have a great day. Stay safe out there. And I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.